Hi guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. This is Jennifer. It is Tuesday, April the 16th, 2013. I want to take just a minute to say that if you or anyone that you care about was affected by yesterday's tragedy in Boston, that I'm thinking about you and my heart goes out to you. Whenever there's a huge unhappy event that takes place, it can be hard for me to record, but I feel like sharing things that are happy and reaching out to people is how we can really get through tragedies like this. And I do want to share some crafty goodness with you guys today. So I hope that if you're feeling a little down, or you've had a bad week, or you are in any way affected by something massive and unhappy, that this will bring you just a little bit of joy and maybe a smile to your day. I did have a fairly crafty week this past week. I did quite a bit of mending. I have a 15-year-old son who has clothing that regularly needs to be mended, and the hems let out and knees mended and that kind of thing. So I did a lot of that. I did some t-shirt reconstruction for him, which is unusual. I usually do it for myself and my daughter, but I did do some for him. To save a couple of his old t-shirts, I took the favorite fronts off of them and put them on other t-shirts that we had around. I didn't actually buy a replacement t-shirt. I just have a box of t-shirts that nobody wants anymore, and I actually just transplanted the fronts of those t-shirts onto other shirts. I don't have those to show because he's already taken them, and they're probably in the bottom of his laundry basket, and I'm not going in there. As you can see over my shoulder here, the Project of Doom charity quilt is growing for Fandom and Stitches, and this will be the quilt that is given away to one lucky person that donates to the Linus Connection. If you are planning on making a block, make sure you get it in as soon as possible. I amazingly have received 11 blocks so far, and not one of them is a repeat. I'm absolutely stunned by this. I think it's amazing that no one has chosen to do the same block twice. I don't have a problem with that. So if there's a block in here that you see that you really want to do, send it in. And to answer a question that I've had several times, if you have made Project of Doom blocks that you have left over from a quilt that you've already made and you would like to share them with the Linus Connection, please do send those in. Use the same address that's on the information for this charity project, and I will collect those orphaned Project of Doom blocks and make quilts for the Linus Connection. So if you have just a random block or two and you aren't going to do anything with them, go ahead and mail them to me, and I will make sure that they get used for a good cause. Last week I showed you guys my turtle fabric that was going to turn into a bag, and I did turn it into a bag. It looks like this. Actually, I intended this to be a little bit wider, but apparently I can't read my own handwriting, or I just don't pay attention, because this width was supposed to be 3 inches wider total, and I actually cut it the same as the length, which I didn't mean to do, but it just happened that way. So it's more of a narrow bag, but I'm really happy with it. I actually used grosgrain ribbon for the handles. I don't know if I would do that every time. It worked out just fine, but it's a little bit more expensive than just making handles out of fabric. So my plan is to use some random denim that I have and put some fun fabric for the straps to give it just a little bit of a kick. And then these will be my grocery bags. I have a lot of green bags that are the kind that they sell at the grocery store, and I'd like to update them and have some fun, unique bags that are just really my bags. The cool thing about this is because it's a little bit smaller, and because I used ribbon as the handles, which is really soft, I can fold it up really, really tiny. And I'm actually going to keep this in my purse, so I have a couple of spares on hand at all times. I'm very slowly working on some samples for some classes I want to teach this summer, and one of the samples I made I just did over the weekend, and I want to show this to you guys. And it says, "You can stencil a t-shirt," and it's got some little stars on it. And this is actually for a t-shirt stenciling class that I want to teach this summer, and it's not on the schedule yet, but I will be teaching it at the stitching studio. I just need to pick a date and get it all confirmed, and then I'll let you guys know. I was gone all day on Saturday with a friend of mine. We started at 6 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get home till 9:30, and we participated in the Bluebonnet Patchwork Trail Shop Hop. We actually did the first store on Thursday because it was our local shop, and then we did the other 11 stores in the shop hop all on Saturday and turned in our passports for a chance to win a giant prize, which I'm sure neither one of us won since I haven't heard a peep about it. But it was an awesome experience, and I ran into a lot of people I know from Austin. I ran into a couple of people who watched Talk to Me Tuesday. So hello, people that watch Talk to Me Tuesday. I was actually completely caught off my guard in one of the stores by someone who knew who I was and was familiar with my work and recognized my face and was a viewer of Talk to Me Tuesday. So that was really exciting and fun. That does not happen every day because I do have loyal viewers, but I don't have a whole lot of them. So it was pretty cool to run into another quilter who knew who I was, and we chatted a little bit, and that was really awesome. Another really cool thing that happened was every year when they do the shop hop, they do a block challenge, and you can buy these little packets that have a fat quarter of fabric in them, and all of the packets have the same fat quarter. When we were going store to store, all the different stores, they display part of the blocks, and they have winners for different categories. I realized the very first shop, because they had photos of all of the winners, that there was a Fandom and Stitches block in this challenge, and we did see the block in San Antonio. It was a Kermit the Frog block designed by Susan Clem, and you can find it on Fandom and Stitches. Just type in Kermit in the search bar, it'll come up. And that was just really awesome because I'm looking at all of these great blocks that people have done for the challenge, and all of a sudden I see one that's from Fandom and Stitches, and I'm going, that's amazing. During the course of the shop hop, I actually saw several blocks by paper piece designers that I know online, which was super, super exciting. Because I know a lot of times when people do a challenge, they'll go to the internet and they'll search for something for free. And I am very lucky that I know a lot of the designers, so I was thrilled to be able to take pictures of these blocks made from their patterns and share those with them. It was really fun, and I had a great time with my friend, and I wanted to show you my goodies. So during this particular shop hop, every store you go to gives you a free fat quarter. So since we visited 12 stores, I got 12 free fat quarters. These are the fat quarters that I chose. I got some different fun ones, and these will make a nice addition to my stash, and who knows, maybe I'll give a couple of them away. And of course, I could not visit 12 quilt stores without buying something. I actually gave myself a cash budget so that I didn't go completely insane, because I just had a little shopping spree when I went on retreat with my bee. So I got a couple of things that I was really excited about. The first thing I bought was this amazing seam ripper, and if you guys haven't seen these are by Havel, and it looks almost like a scalpel, and you just push it through the seams. It's great if you have a serger, but I also used it to take the hem out of Gareth's pants this weekend so that I was lengthening his pants. That worked great. So this was a really cool little tool to buy. I've seen it before, it's just something I've wanted, I've never bought it, so I got it this weekend. I also got something else that I've looked at and put back repeatedly, which is this pocket guide to embroidery. Now, I have access to all these fabulous tutorials online, but what I find is when I'm hand embroidering, I'm usually sitting on my sofa with no phone and no computer and no guide to stitches. And so what I decided to do was buy this, and it is laminated and has all of these stitches on it on both sides, and everywhere you see like this little bar, that's a stitch, that's a stitch. I mean, it is, let me step back, it's pretty huge, and it's front and back, and I paid $5 for this, and I thought it was well worth $5. So this is going to go in my embroidery box, and I'll have this on hand, and maybe it'll challenge me to do some different stitches, because I'm working on a project right now, and I find that I keep back stitching. I love to back stitch for some reason. I don't know what it is. I did buy a few fat quarters, and I want to show you guys those. I got a little bit of Stonehenge to go in my Stonehenge collection. It's the only fabric line that I've actually collected, and I really loved these, so I picked up the Stonehenge fabric. And then these are just some random ones. I got this one because it had tiny owls on it, and I got some flowers. And these are just yellows. I really needed some yellows, so I got some yellow. And then I have a thing about fabric with letters on it. I don't know what it is. I need to collate all my fabrics with letters and do a quilt, because I have a fair collection going on, and I really, really liked this one. I thought this would be super cute with the grocery bag kick that I've been on, and it was a yard on sale for $6.99, so a yard of quilting fabric that was originally $11. I thought that was pretty spiffy. Yesterday was my turn on the Spring Fling blog hop that's hosted by Whims and Fancies. That's Soma. For you guys who don't know her, check out her blog. It's awesome. She has all kinds of fun stuff. She's a fabulous paper piece designer. She does beautiful embroidery, and she's also a Phantom and Stitches designer. So the theme obviously spring, and when she first approached me about it and we talked about it, the very first thing that popped in my head was Peeps. I don't know why. I don't even eat Peeps, but I do think they're adorable. I think I like looking at them in the store. My dad loves Peeps, but I don't eat Peeps. I don't know that I've bought Peeps in 10 years, but I think they're awesome. They're cute, but whatever, they're adorable. So I did a Peeps block. So this is a 10-inch block. Each peep is 2.5 by 5 inches finished, and I think it would be fabulous to blow these blocks up so they're 10 inches tall and make like a pillow, or, you know, just a big, I think really big peeps would make a great quilt. Loved piecing this block. Super, super easy. It's got a lot of little pieces, but they're all the same. So I actually chain pieced all the ears and chain pieced all the faces and all the bodies, and then squared them up and sewed them together. It took me probably an hour and a half, 2 hours to make this block, but with all the little pieces it has, it's not that bad. But if you're going to do a whole quilt, I might do some bigger peeps as well. But anyway, super fun, free pattern. It's on Sew Hooked. You can find it on my Craftsy shop, and definitely just check it out. I had so much fun doing this. Check out Soma's blog for all the other awesome free paper piece patterns. You will recognize a lot of people because a lot of our Phantom Stitches designers are on there, and they're also Talk to Me Tuesdayers, so be sure and check it out. I think that's all I've got for you this week. I hope you have a fabulous week. I hope the world is being good to you, and if it is not, you're in my thoughts, and you have my big virtual hugs, and you guys take care. Take care of each other. Give someone a hug today, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.